A couple of movies have made me cry, but very few have made me feel like if I was in the exact situation. Trust me, it was so hard to rewatch this movie. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you gals and guys this movie which I believe is kind of lost media now. I've never heard anybody talking about this movie. I haven't even seen reviews on YouTube. And I can't believe it since this movie actually won an Oscar for Best Song.
You light up my life.
I mean, it won an Oscar. Isn't that enough to keep the movie alive? I did read somewhere that there were like certain problems like allegations, so that could have buried the movie, I don't know. So the movie we're talking about is You Light Up My Life from 1997, distributed by Columbia Pictures, starring Diddy Khan. Most of us probably know her from Grease. At least I did. Which tells us the story of Laurie, a girl who's passionate about singing, writing, and acting. It's a dream goal, but her dad wants her to carry his legacy about being a stand-up comedian. Which from the very start of the film, we actually see that Laurie doesn't really like it, and she isn't good at it either, yet her father keeps pushing for it. I mean, I get it, parents want what they think is best for us. But we're not always gonna like the same thing, and I kind of relate to that. And while Laurie keeps trying to like stand-up comedy, she keeps pursuing her dream as an actor and a singer. We see her rehearsing with a band at a studio. And on the other hand, we see her going to auditions, trying to book at least one of them, and it's complicated. Just like in real life, you're gonna get more no's than yeses, but it's what Laurie wants and she keeps pushing for it, which is good. And she is engaged to a charming young boy, which sometimes is kind of a dick, I'm not gonna lie. But in my opinion, there are some moments where you notice that he actually loves Laurie. But things just start to get out of hand when Laurie meets this guy at a bar, I believe. They have a one night stand, and after knowing Laurie was engaged, I was like, why did you do that? The guy keeps pushing to another date or something, but Laurie's like, hey, no thanks, I'm gonna get married. So at least she kind of made things right there. But then she discovers that this guy, whose name I can't remember, is the director of this new movie, and he actually wants Laurie in the movie. And that's when this beautiful song pops in. I cried with this song, to be honest, and fun fact, I actually dedicated this song to a girl, and then she forgot that I did so. So everything starts to look like it's going uphill for Laurie, right? She's gonna get married, she's gonna get a lead role in the movie, she's actually getting into the game, and her song will become a hit once it's released to the public. Well, this is where the tables start to turn, and part of it is Laurie's fault. And because of spending more time with Chris, I remember the name, she starts to develop feelings for him and starts to doubt if she actually loves her actual boyfriend. Honestly, that pissed me off. But at least she was honest with him, but either way, it was just a bummer thing to do. She decides to call off the wedding, and damn, I really feel bad for the boyfriend. Because this is the moment in which you could actually see that he really did love her. Despite not connecting with everything, probably arguing a couple of times, this is the moment we actually see that he deeply loved her. And that just crushed my heart. So now Laurie's free and actually decides to take the next step with Chris. Another reason she's doing it is because I believe that it's gonna be like an easier way to get into the movie. But I was surprised when she takes that risk, she receives a call from Chris's manager, I believe, telling her that at the end she didn't get the part. And by the look of Laurie's face, you can really see how her world starts to fall apart. Something like this happened to me, but I'll explain it in a bit. So Laurie drives off to look for Chris, but all hopes vanish when she sees Chris walk out of the apartment with who could possibly be the new star of his movie, and perhaps new love interest. So her world starts to crack even more because she left her ex-boyfriend only to be now with Chris. And not only that, but because she thought that being with Chris would kickstart her career. At this point, Laurie lost everything. She eventually goes to tape up a stand-up show in which she breaks down. Finally confronts her dad on not wanting to be a comedian and telling him that it's not her dream, but it's his dream. That scene made me cry as well. I mean, I kind of lived the same thing. So her dad finally comes to his senses and accepts that she has to detach from him in order to follow her dreams, and gives us the most important lesson in life, which I'll tell you in a bit because I want to explain my story. Reason why I connected a lot with this movie. So it was 2023. I as well started to pursue my dream, which is also acting, and well, a girl appeared in my life. And just like Laurie, I didn't want anything either. And not because I had someone else, I didn't, but I wanted to focus on what I was doing. But this girl kept pushing for it. Eventually I said, oh well, I mean, if she's truly invested, then why not? So I started to leave everything behind just to focus on her. Just like Laurie, I actually thought that this girl would be like my impulse in life. And at the end, I was just the bad guy for her, and she just left. My whole world shattered to pieces. And just like Laurie says in the movie, she says something like, "This feels like a nightmare."
This is like a bad dream.
I told you, it's not my decision.
I wasn't talking about the film.
And this is where the lesson of the movie kicks in. You have to learn to do things by yourself. You can never ever truly depend on anybody, because you don't know for sure if those people are gonna stay, or at some point they're probably gonna ditch you. And believe me, it's a very hard lesson to learn.
I learned something today, Pop. It was really painful, but I learned something. I learned that I gotta depend on myself. I can't depend on anybody else, and that's okay. You know why? Because I'm a really good person to depend on. I mean, maybe I don't have somebody that I thought that I loved a lot. But it's okay because I've got me. And I've got my work. And I've got my music. And I love that more than anything on this earth.
It also shows us that we gotta be careful on the choices we're about to make, because once you've made them, there is no turning back. And it's just such a wonderful movie. I mean, it's tragic, but it's one of those movies that not only exist for entertainment, it's also there to teach you a lesson. This movie is truly worth your time, and it's only like an hour and a half long. It's pretty well paced, the acting is just wonderful. Diddy Kong does an excellent job on this. The soundtrack is just beautiful, it's lovely, dramatic. I still can't believe this movie is like lost media, and honestly, it just doesn't deserve it. So if you have some spare time, go watch this movie. It's actually on YouTube, it's for free. But hey, that is just my opinion, those are just my thoughts. Have you watched this movie before? Tell me in the comments below what you think about it. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on TikTok and Instagram, links are down below. I am Louis, thank you so much for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope everyone is doing okay, and I will see you guys until next time. Take care. And you light up my life, you give me hope to care.